What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Builds with Big Dawg. Today we're in the 8-cylinder series A-Class at Suzuka with the NA Miata. We've got a 6.2 V8 swapped into it. I presume that is the LS3. Gone for a bit of a all-rounder build, as you can see by the near-perfect square. And, we're sitting at right above 400 horsepower. This race is pretty interesting. It comes down to the very last corner. Lots of really interesting battles trying to hold it together. So without further ado, let's get to the race. Alright guys, here we are at Suzuka, starting in last place. I just want to go ahead and apologize in advance because for whatever reason the engine in this car is very fucking quiet, so I fuck up a lot of shifting in this race. Off the line here, the AMG does not move, so we have to maneuver around him. The Eagle Talon on my left here, I don't know what engine is swapped into it, but it sounds fucking crazy. Either way, going into turn one, we have several cars going off into the kitty litter, and we end up behind the big body Chevy here. Shouts out to Pixel Pat in the Monte Carlo. Interesting choice there. I respect it though. Headed through the S's here. We're just trying to not become like the F40. We're trying to just not become a statistic, okay? We end up following behind the WRX here, and we're just gonna kind of stay behind him and put the pressure on him. Try to push him to make a mistake without touching. And so from here, we're just gonna really just plot on what to do next. Try to keep a good lap one without going off and fucking around. Get a good line through here, just staying right on his ass, and then coming up to this hairpin, it's kind of a tricky situation. It's like, do you dive? Do you just go on the outside, play it safe? What do you do? I end up going on the inside, tapping him on the side, and then big body comes back. However, he doesn't really have the grip to go flat out through this, so I'm going to take the advantage here, even though I do as most don't want to do, and I touch grass. Underbrake this corner, we're going to head out into the outer limits of the track, and then come back around to the straightaway to try to chase down the challenge in front of us. Obviously, Pixel Pat, he's always there. And he comes back in the big body for an overtake. Coming up to the final sector here. And on this first lap, I take it a little conservatively. But as you'll see in the next couple of laps, I start to master that corner with this vehicle. Coming into the Casio corner. And take a less than ideal line through there. But, at the end of the day, we're one position away from the podium, so there's not much complaints. As you can see here, this is probably one of the only times during the race when you're going to clearly be able to hear the engine of this vehicle. I don't know why it's so quiet, but it is fucking quiet. When you're around all the other cars, it's hard to be able to tell where you're at in the revs without looking at the speedometer, and I don't want to look at that. So, anyways, back here into the S's again. We're going to try to make some ground on these large vehicles to take advantage of the handling characteristics we have, and we end up kind of getting closer to Signal Robin 9434. And this race is essentially going to be a lot of push and pull with Signal Rob. So coming to this corner, I take it on the inside, gain a little bit of ground, but this is not a great place to overtake. I'm good at those two corners. I end up, consistent with those corners mostly, but, it's water under the bridge because you can't really get a good overtake in there. Tap him on the back here coming into the hairpin. I actually switched into reverse right there. Big monkey brain moment, but whatever. Continuing onward, once again, we're at a spot where we can actually hear the car. And headed up to the spoon curve. I'm going to brake late once again and head off into the concrete playground. That is what it is. I'm going to grab a 0.6 penalty for that. I think it's deserved. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that one. But anywho, coming to the next corner, I'm gonna take it pretty late, and then go on the inside, gain some ground on the gentleman in front of me. Not enough though, so we're gonna head into the Casio curve here, and barely stay within the track limits there. I mean, that had to be at least 1 pixel, maybe 2. So we're gonna get the overtake here on Signal Robin, but on the straightaway, he's gonna have the advantage, and he's gonna press onward. So, lap 3 of 4. The race is now 50% complete, and we're headed into turn 1, and I'm just staying as close as I can to the Challenger. At this point, all I want to do is put pressure on this guy, make him wear his tires out so that the grip levels just absolutely plummet. Anyways, so like I said, business as usual here. Just waiting for the time to strike. I thought it would be right here, but evidently it does not. So, heading to the next few corners. Gonna end up getting some ground on him, but once again, this is not a great place to overtake. So, you know, we'll just have to lock it in and, you know, continue to try our best to, you know, find an opportunity. Okay, heading around the hairpin here, we don't get the rotation we need, so we end up breaking the tires loose to get spun around. And anyways, you know, just once again, heading up to the spoon curve, we're gonna see, do I brake at a reasonable time this time? Am I able to not go off track? Well, it looks like I used him as a brake, and I was served a warning for doing so. Don't think I messed him up too bad. My car weighs probably half as much as his, so, you know, any bump from me under a 20-mile-an-hour difference, maybe even 10, would not cause much of a headache. Anyways, coming into this corner, obviously I'm able to make up some ground there. Coming into the Casio curve, I decide to go aggressive here and complete an overtake. We're now in the podium behind the Dale Earnhardt liveried C5Z06. And then once again, heading onto the straightaway here, Signal Robin is going to make an overtake because we just don't have what it takes to really get down that straightaway with a lot of oomph. So, coming into turn 1 here, we're going to brake kind of early, and but it's going to be enough to gain a little bit of ground again. Alright, and as you can see, my rear tires have just about had it. They are nearing the end of their life. However, to me, it's more important to have the front tires together than the rears. So we're looking okay up there, but as you can see, coming around right now they are starting to reach the end of their life cycle. And my bet is on the fact that this gentleman to my right here, his tires also look the same. I don't know, but that's my hope. Kind of fuck up there, tap the guy, and then here comes the WRX. Now, around this time, right here, I notice that the gentleman in the WRX has a 4.5-second penalty. So, to me, the priority is not to overtake the gentleman in the WRX. The time will save me there, but the Challenger, we've got to do something about, okay? This guy's a fucking problem for me, all right? I've got to make something happen. We've only got a couple turns left, and we have a giant straightaway that's going to become a problem, okay? But don't get a penalty here. Just kidding, I do. And but I'm able to carry a lot of speed through the corner to stay with these guys on this straightaway. I get real aggressive and just get up right beside the WRX. I'm like, fuck it. This is the last lap. I got to do something. So coming into this corner, yes sir, we have gained the podium position. Heading to the Casio curve, this is the moment right here. This is when we have to hold it together, defensive, and just send it. Okay, don't get a penalty because we're in the track limits. And look at here, guys. it's all about, boys. Split-second decision at the end of the race, and we have secured our podium position. 3rd place from last. I hope you guys enjoyed this race. It looks like it got real foggy at the end there. Up 10 positions. Y'all have a great day.